will notice that when he starts to talk. He has a beautiful, beautiful accent. So his project is based in Argentina, and when O'Neill was living there, he thought that would make a good project. So his hope was to write a play, and his background is very interesting, I think. He's a musician. He teaches music to young people and also older people, I think,
Yes.
probably. What instrument do you play?
Oh, I play piano and drums. I
Oh
played
my
drum
gosh.
for 30 years. I played jazz and swing. Yeah. My favorite music.
So he's a writer, he's an actor, he's a director, he's a musician,
Many
he's just
things. Yeah.
he's just all over the place, and we're so happy to have him. He lives in Oakland, so we're hoping that we'll avail ourselves of him in the future. And so he's going to give us a little talk about what he's been doing up at Tao House, okay?
Yes, perfect. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank
so
you.
much. Thank you. Thank you so much for this wonderful, beautiful opportunity. And I'm married from Italy, and I have half and half Italian. When I finished my high school, I started studying playwright. I went to study music. In my acting program during 4 years, I discovered Eugene O'Neill when I was 19 years old. I see a show in Argentina, the comedy from Eugene O'Neill, Soledad is the name. And I say, oh wow, who is the writer? My teacher say, Eugene O'Neill. What is Eugene O'Neill? He's from America. Oh, the father of Tennessee Williams and Arthur Miller. I say, okay, I want to read it. Oh my God, I started buying all the books in Argentina because we have very good Spanish translation, because Leon Mirlas was an Argentinian O'Neill friend. Was the person who was in charge to translate from Eugene O'Neill, the original English plays, to Spanish. I was very close with Eugene, even if we have the long distance, no? But all Eugene O'Neill life, Leon Mirlas was very close with him. I didn't know that. I discovered this in a book in Spanish I have with memory, Eugene O'Neill memory, something like that, or letters of memory. Eugene mentioned many times the Leon Mirlas. So I started reading Eugene O'Neill, and I was totally in love with his passion. His story was amazing for me. I never forget the experience I had when my first time I see many plays in Argentina. My last play I saw from Eugene O'Neill was The Ice Comet in Broadway with Denzel Washington. It was in 2018 in New York. Oh, amazing. The actor was wonderful. Always have all my respect for Eugene O'Neill. Eugene O'Neill for me it's too much. It's more than a teacher. O'Neill inspired me a lot of things. And I start with when I went to the foundation, the house, 1 year ago. I have a nice story because I went to I was looking for a place for a picnic, and I was with my car, and I saw the gate open, and I didn't know anything about Eugene O'Neill, and I continued with my car looking for a table. I said, oh, nice table. And I parked my car, and I opened my sandwich, my everything, 2 p.m. I don't know. So I'm here, and I see it, and I see a band, maybe you were. No, I see a band, and I say, oh, people here, what is that? And I asked, and I said, no, this is Eugene O'Neill house. What? I am the Eugene O'Neill house. I come here for picnic. No, it's not picnic. It's Eugene O'Neill house. Was open the gate, and somebody told me how was open the gate. It's impossible. I don't know. It was open. So can I visit the house? Okay, I visited the house just so fast, and I saw something in his desk. I saw his picture, and he mentioned something about Buenos Aires. I said, oh, yeah, he was in Buenos Aires, I remember, in his books, I remember. And I started thinking about, oh, O'Neill in Buenos Aires. I started thinking about tango, O'Neill, Buenos Aires. Oh, how beautiful is the picture mixing O'Neill in my city. Oh my God, it's amazing. So I started thinking, and when I saw on the website the opportunity to write the story, and I sent my application, and I'm here. So thank you so much. And I didn't know, was crying when I picked up the phone and said, Omar, we chose what? Oh. So for me, it's an amazing story. It's changed my life forever. I will never forget this opportunity I had. And was 3 weeks immersed in the Eugene O'Neill house with pictures, with his art, his smelling, his story. Was so emotional, very, very, very intense for me, very deep. And I have all my respect, and I have this story, and I was 3 weeks, very intense 3 weeks. And 1 week before I start the resident, I bought my new. I wanna share with you something changed my life. And I said, okay, I want to open this in the Eugene O'Neill house when I start the resident. When the first day I start writing, I use this, and I'm totally in love. It's a typewriter. What I did is my project called Soul of the Sea. Soul of the Sea. This project is part of my life right now. It's primary. It's my life. It's not something like a fun, and for 3 weeks and that's it, or maybe, no, very seriously, it's my life now. And I was 3 weeks very intense, looking for a story, reading. I bring my material. I have many books, and this is a fantastic book I have from Louis Schiffer. I think it's in English. It's a song and playwright. Like a half book of this is talking about, or a little less, talking about Buenos Aires and the period of Eugene O'Neill when he was young. So the problem is, it's not, this book is not in Spanish. I have to do the translation. So it took many days, but I have beautiful material here, and what I did is, I don't like to write something if I don't have ideas, so I need first information. I'm very conscious and responsible when I'm writing. It's about a story, and I want to have the information exactly: date, friends, when, how, why. So this question is very important to start writing. Now I know everything. I think, most of the part, and I start writing the story, and I have my first act. It's 34 pages, and now I'm writing the second act, and I have the third. The first act is, I was like a 1 week trying to see, how I can start. Of course, I want to mix the tango. Tango, born in Argentina in 1850, was famous in 7 years later, was very famous international, like a style of music, dance. But in the beginning, the tango was very, very poor, for poor classes and workers. And this is fantastic, because when O'Neill is in Argentina, 1910, the tango was very, very for low class, people dancing in the port where Eugene was around, the bars, people from, was very, very, very difficult for middle and high classes. Take this like something nice, was very, very distant from the style. So, what is that? So a lot of immigrant mixing music. It was fantastic. Like the tango has many influence from Europe, from Africa, from the bandoneon, the instrument we play, the tango is from Germany. So it's fantastic. So I have something with the bandoneon in the story. O'Neill is in this universe. of course, the situation he had in the Argentina was very hard, very intense. He was drunk. He started with tuberculosis. It was very hard to get in Spanish. I have in Spanish to play in my country, so I said, I called my father and said, can you check the O'Neill books I have? My father, oh, I have this, I have this, I have this. Do you have that? No, I have this. It's a little complicated for him to get the books. I was asking him if he can send me the books for mail. So, okay, and I got the PDF from before breakfast in Spanish. Oh my God, 5-6 pages, very short, incredible, fantastic play. It was. This is I love O'Neill, how he say, and other people who study Eugene O'Neill, like technique, and how he loved to have the conflict before the play start, and when the play start, the bomb, explodes before. So and you see 3 people happy, drinking or whatever, but under this is a bomb, it's fire. So it's fantastic how all actions, physical actions, words he uses is amazing. It's I think the same in maybe Strindberg. I study Strindberg, is fantastic. Ibsen, how he mentioned influence, but you don't have too many in the story, too many playwrights than as O'Neill or Ibsen or in the world, in the story. When you take O'Neill plays, you can't remove or you can't take out one word. It's totally a unit. The play is like a paint. When you painting, you say, "Oh, can I take this?" No, it's a unit. O'Neill it's not writing. It's a genius. It's a masterpiece. It's like a Mozart was in the music. O'Neill is in the playwright. It's something like it's impossible to study word by word. Like this part. It's totally how he composed plays for 3-4 hours and an amazing plays I'm sorry for him because the last moment he had Parkinson, the last time of his life, Parkinson, and another very hard for him. How hard was the life because he had he started feeling sick with Parkinson. Why Parkinson? No, he cannot write. Say, oh my God. So he was a hard life, but he was very strong. We have to say thank you, thanks O'Neill, for everything he left for us. No, he left. We are here for him. For it's amazing. Yeah, I will never forget this moment. And thank you. A prostitute. He was in all the time. Was very dark time of him, but was very important for him in the future when he started writing magnificent plays. This part of his life was very important for his future in like playwright. So we can see this in the Iceman Comet. He mentioned something. Another short play like Long Bowshek Home or something like that was fantastic. He always mentioned how you see the alcohol. The alcohol is the element you see in all the plays of Eugene O'Neill. The alcohol is always on the table. It's dramatic. Because he used the alcohol to make a conflict. The characters are around the alcohol all the time. In many plays, it's a Long Journey Tonight is a masterpiece, and we see how the alcohol helped to the character bring on the table the real feeling they feel. This is what happened with him in Argentina. It was a very hard moment. I was sad for this because it was not easy. I am immigrant. He was immigrant. I understand how was the suffer. the suffer when you miss your family, or you miss your house, or you miss something. Sometimes you are sad or something. It's difficult to get a job. It's hard. It's difficult the language. He had problem with the language because he didn't speak Spanish. So, but he mentioned things, very beautiful things, about how the bars where he was every day during 7 months had 5-6 languages inside the bar. Italian, Russian, German, because Argentina in 1910 was a very, very good economy. Not now. No? Yeah, the last 8 years we lose the. But in the 120 years ago, Argentina was one of the most important economy, and this is why we had a lot of European people coming to Argentina. And I remember my family is from Italy, and they say, oh, we had 2 options, New York or Buenos Aires, from Europe, when they were, imagine, 150 years ago. Was what we have in Buenos Aires a big influence from Europe, and this is what O'Neill saying in letters and books, how he was involved in the story with in bars with immigrants all the time. My story is Eugene O'Neill in Buenos Aires. I want to put in the play. The play has 14 characters right now, 14, and I want to use 2 couple of dancers tango. I want to use a couple of dancers like a small character in the bar. I want to use because I need people in the bar, but no doing something for the story, no making any character, just like extras or something. So the dancer will be part of the bar. I have 3 musicians, part of the bar, bandoneon, violin, and double bass, and 2 couple. We have 4 friends of Eugene, very important friends in the story. One of the best important friends was Fred Hetman. Fred Hetman was a journalist, very intellectual guy. He helped Eugene twice because he was looking for a room for sleep, and Eugene was in the Continental Hotel looking for a place for one night because he didn't have money. So one night, this guy is next to him, and when O'Neill say, "I am Eugene O'Neill," and this guy say, "What are you, O'Neill? But you know who is James O'Neill?" Eugene say, "Oh yes, it's my father." "Oh, your father is James O'Neill, the famous actor. Oh my God, blah, blah, blah. Let me help you." This is how it's very important moment in the story, because we know the relationship between Eugene O'Neill and his father, James. And imagine how he left, he left United States, he left his city, because we know the story with his family, his father, his girlfriend. He escaped from his girlfriend waiting for a kid. So somebody mentioned his father, 8,000 miles, say, "Oh, what happened here?" It has a very important part of the story, because you can see how his father, it's important, but this guy had a relationship and invite him to share the room, and with Eugene shared the room with Fred Hetman. They have a relationship. O'Neill had another new friends in the story. One is Barners, another is Charles, another friend from the night, from the Buenos Aires Americans. One of the beautiful moments in the story is how you see the bars British. You know, British are everywhere. What happened in Buenos Aires, British was very important in this part of the. We have 3 invasion from England, and British was always in the South America. O'Neill mentioned how the Americans and British all the time was fighting in the bars. It's very good for me to have this information. Fighting just who is better, who is better, but playing with the words totally, no fighting with hands, but fighting, trying to confront all the time between the drinks. No. So, and I can tell you a lot of things, but I have pictures I print pictures from the Buenos Aires in 1910, and I want to use, because I have one character, it's one police. The police was controlling the cabaret in 1910, the police, corruption, no? It's very important character in the story. I have police, people who was in the bar, very poor where O'Neill was. It's like, this is the immigrant, they were with O'Neill drinking, this kind of immigrants coming from South America and Europe. This is exactly 1910. This is a place very typical, it's an Italian architecture, where the poor people live here, where the tango born, no? The tango born in these kind of buildings, no? So I want to have this on the stage, these scenarios, and what I'm looking for is to be very, very realistic. My play is about his story 100%, the real scenarios, the real estate, the real set, and I like to have the truth, what happening with him. Another thing, I was research a lot of things. This is a beautiful, a complete episode from Leon Mirlas. This is Leon Mirlas, is the guy who knows Eugene O'Neill like nobody in the world. So it was his friend in Argentina. It was very important to, so I told you, I say that before, to translate the English for the Spanish. So how I work in the library was perfect, amazing, because I have 2 tables or 2 desks. I need a space. I never write with a small table or computer in a coffee bar, because I want to see I want to see the story. And all the time I work with posters, no? With posters I like to draw, or here. Because now I wrote and have almost 40 pages in my computer, but I am the second act. This is how I start. I start here. Of course, it's not clear, but just to share is Eugene. It's all the character, what happened around him. I'm trying always to have a line of story. In the line, I'm trying to see the arc, where Eugene starts, where Eugene. I'm looking for the end of the first act, the plot point, to change to the second act. What I'm trying to do is set up the first act. I have to present all the character. I have to show where is the action. I have to show where the story, what's happening, who is the main character, O'Neill. I'm putting too much focus in the arc. You know, the characters here, when I was a little more clear, this is the last characters. I say, okay, I want to play with this, and I have police, Madame. Most of the cabaret in Argentina in 1910 was controlling with French people, French and police. I don't know the story about French and police. So when you, I have French, it's Eugene always, and I have the main characters who play around O'Neill, Eugene O'Neill, and the second line of character where they complete the story, but they are not important part of the story like the 4 friends O'Neill has. Because the friends is fantastic in the story, because they are helping him to swim in the dark place all the time. So if we don't have friends in the story, O'Neill is don't have power, no, because he's all the time breathing in the story, no, he's all the time. Okay, I lose the where I sleep tonight. Oh, here. Okay, tomorrow I don't know. Okay, drunk. Boom. Tomorrow, oh, I lose the room. I lose the job. Oh, one friend help me. It's all the time is these kind of things, and I don't want to show you this because it's too much. But this is my first poster. Was the first day. This is what I put on the wall. I work in the office, but I was perfect. Was perfect for me the library. Imagine this old poster with coffee. That's it. So first act, second part, and all the characters how I show you. And oh, this is what I was looking for. Okay, perfect. This is what I look. This is the last. This is what I wrote in Spanish. I wrote the lines now, but I'm looking for translation. I'm looking for somebody for help me to translate the first 40 pages I have. I have somebody in New York, and I'm trying to be in contact with him if he can help me. But so this is the first act. The first act has 7 scenes where I present all the conflicts, the trauma. We have dancers. I finally have the plot, the first plot point of the story when O'Neill meets Maria. Maria was a prostitute, but O'Neill was in contact with her. He slept with her many times, and she helped him. And very nice stories, a little love story or very close story between the prostitute and O'Neill. It's fantastic because it's exactly what happened with the story. The plot point, the first plot point, the first act is when O'Neill and the cabaret meet Maria. And all the story changed because I was looking for the plot point. The plot point, how you know, is something, an action happened that changed the story. No, change the story. Everybody everybody changed. I said, what happened? So I say, Maria is perfect. So the second act, what I'm working right now is the relationship O'Neill with Maria. And then we are going to see how O'Neill is very sick. He back to the United States in the third act. He's totally sick. We start the play with the stage is totally black. We had a sound of from Nobel Prize, the Nobel Prize 1936, where we hear, oh, O'Neill is the next winner, playwright, blah 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 blah. And when we open the stage, we see a young guy who's 21 years old, sleeping in a park. No, sleeping in a park, very drunk, very sick. It's the last scene of the play, and I show this scene in the beginning, and I show the same scene in the end. I continue with something else, and I close the play. It's nice. And around when he's sleeping in the park, we see dancers dancing around him without music, only the dance with white clothes and dancing around him. We have a bandoneon player in the corner, just very dramatic melody, nothing about melody, no, just sounds. Boom, and we open in a bar, and we are in a bar. This is how I'm trying to explain you how many things I did. I am in the middle of the process. I think I want to have the first draft in between 2 and 3 months. I want to have my first draft. It's one act. It's 100 pages, but I think it's 100 minutes technically, but it's 1 hour 40 minutes to play. 14 characters. Now I am in the middle of the many things I will see, and I need 3 more weeks. I am in the middle of Yes, I want to continue my home. I'm going to continue this beautiful project. I'm totally in love with the project, and I need to finish this, and I need to close the situation because I had the motivation. I was in the I was in the O'Neill house. I feel responsible for to have this story. And the last thing I want to show you here is this is my new toys. I can't believe that because I was a little sad when I studied writing. My teacher said, "Oh, we can replace the mechanical typewriter for the computer." Oh no, computer is a little boring for writers because you don't feel anything. The old typewriter, no, you feel tap 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 tap. You say, "Oh, I'm here," no? It's like a coffee, no? You wake up and you feel the connection with. I was sad. I said, "Oh, I was looking to buy a electronic typewriter. Remember from the 80s? It was a little, but it's very hard to have the ink, and yeah, it's very hard." And say, "Oh," and I discovered something, and I was impressed. I said, "Okay, I want to start with this in the project with O'Neill," and I'm totally impressed how beautiful was the experience with this, and I said, "Okay, I wanna." It's like a typewriter.
Wow.
No, but I'm totally in love. Let me show you the paper.
Oh my.
So it's exactly the mechanical keys from the old typewriter. No? You feel? You see something? Oh. It's beautiful. You see? Oh. So what's very important? It's fun, but what's very important is perfect. Imagine when you don't have touch. So this was the page. This was I used the Final Draft software for writing for iPad, and I have here. This is how it works. This is work too, and yeah, I feel like 5 years old when you. But it was very important. Was very important. I wrote very happy. You don't have distraction. You don't have Facebook, YouTube, mails, nothing. You are very. It's perfect. It's perfect. So here you can put the iPad. No, it's the iPad and so I want to show you the what I using is.
Is that an app that you have to use, an application that
Yeah.
you
I have the here, and this is what yeah, let's say up here, and you write. So was great. So yeah. Thank you very much. I don't know if you have a question or yes, I'm so happy again. I tell you, please, thank you so much. It was a wonderful experience. I would like to ask you, please, one more thing. I would like to ask you something that is very important. If in the future I can come to the house, maybe outside, because the weather is very nice to write, and it's very peaceful place, and I feel. Not just if I can come to the tables where it was my picnic, but for writing. So
Martin,
thank you.
What the library is open.
Oh, great.
By appointment.
Okay.
So
Great.
if you want to come and use the library,
Yeah.
you may do that. You call Vicky. We can give you her
Great.
number.
Sometimes in the future, you will. Oh, I wanna concentrate 2-3 hours, something like that.
And the other opportunity is we have a day use program, and the applications for that start, I think, on September the 1st.
Oh, great.
So that will be the end of September to till April.
Yes.
And you can apply for that, and you can be up there for basically 10 days, Wednesday through Sunday.
Mhm.
So if you want it, so that's 2 opportunities.
Oh, perfect. Thank you.
I
Thank
can
you.
send you Vicky's contact information, and I'll send you also the information about the day use program.
Great. Thank you. Thank you so
I'm
much.
sure people have questions. I wondered how much material did you find material in our archives? The Horst Friends collection of Argentina, there was nothing there?
The materials in that collection were from around the 1930s, so it was
Yeah.
not.
It's a very hard get information from 1910 because he was not famous at the it's a part of the story a little difficult to what I have is books where O'Neill years later he expressed his experience, so this is what I was looking for, how O'Neill tell us how was his story in Argentina.
How long was he there?
7 months.
Did he go to sea at all during that time? Did he go to sea, go on ships?
Yeah.
He did sail out on ships at that time, or was he in Buenos Aires?
Oh no, he was in Buenos Aires 7 months, but from United States first he went to Honduras.
Yes.
And he back and then went to Buenos Aires. After 2 months, he left Buenos Aires and he back again. From from Buenos Aires he goes to New York. Yeah.
So in that 7 months, what type of work might he have done? Like, did he have any work? Or was he really just living off the land?
Yeah, exactly. He works in very hard, because he had problem with his language. So he worked very hard jobs like loading bags in the port.
Labor.
He works in the meat market, say totally so hard for him. In a coal deposit for meat freezer refrigeration, yes, trucks, loading all the time, like he was different products in the port with the ship coming from different parts of the world. You need people for loading for nothing. They pay you nothing. It was terrible for him. When he started feeling sick, it was very hard to have a job because he feel very he was not strong, you know, and drinking alcohol, because the alcohol was very important. Was he was very depressed, but not depressed, better sad. He was sad, not depressed. So he was sad, trying to live the experience. He was trying to live the experience. He loved to go to cabaret, drink. Very dark moment of his life. He's trying to do something with his life. One of the goals he say is, I went to Argentina to save money and I back to United States. He couldn't, no, because he came to United States sick, totally depressed, alcoholic. So was very hard. Yes, very hard to live, and it was very hard for him. One of the situation was the language. He doesn't. But another was, I don't know. Another people had lucky in Argentina, but he's not. So he was his experience. And
did he learn any Spanish?
No.
And what language are you writing?
I'm writing in Spanish.
Okay,
No,
and then
writing-
you'll have it
Yes,
translated.
I have to write in Spanish. Yes, because
Why didn't learn any
Yes.
Spanish?
Is there any
7 months.
is there any mention
I think yes. Okay. No, the question is very good, because he was 7 months with 2 American friends, talking in English all the time, and he was looking for speaking English. He was looking for in the bars, drinking, talking about art, Shakespeare in the middle of the drink, but with English people, English speakers, British friends, American friends, Irish. It's an Irish community was very important in Argentina in 1910. It was an Irish. So yes. And,
Did he go to any plays? Do you know?
Hmm?
Any plays? Any live theater?
Probably didn't have the money.
No, yeah, I think so. Yeah, no, live theater. No, I know the cafe bar where he was is opera, cafe opera. It's a very old. It continues open in Buenos Aires. It's in the downtown Buenos Aires, the city, close to the river, where is the ship, the port. It was O'Neill was there. I know the area very well. Because I shoot a film in the area where he was, Barracas. Barracas is the name of the area. It's a very nice area, but it's was a little poor in the beginning from an immigrant or from Europe, but the architecture is very, very nice architecture and very old. Yes, he was there. When he knows the prostitute Maria, she was looking forward to learn English. Yeah, exactly. He was happy with it because he continued talking English with her new, what he say, his new lover, he said, and yeah.
Was there any mention of? Are you going to mention his wife and his baby?
So yes, exactly. He mentioned this with Fred Hitman. Fred Hitman is a friend, very close with, he helped O'Neill in Argentina. He say in a book, O'Neill mentioned 2-3 times, say, in his relationship with him, 2-3 times the situation about in New York, in the Greenwich Village in New York, the experience, the situation with his baby and his new girlfriend, and he got married. He married
her.
Hiding with his family. So it was very hard for him. It was not easy. When he was in Buenos Aires, he was remember this. Oh, what I do with this, and drink. Yeah.
Well,
A lot of things.
What
I
about
think
James? I mean, he took advantage of his father's.
yes.
Of his father in lots of ways.
Yes.
So
Yes.
are you representing him as upset because people found out that James was his father, or just acknowledge that James was his father?
No, just his father don't have any in the play. It's just his father. For now, I don't have any space for his father in the play in Argentina. I think I don't wanna.
Other than that's how
Yeah.
one character realized O'Neill had that connection. Are you putting that in the play?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, the connection. Yeah, the connection. How he feel his father. You will see how his father is a little heavy for him. Pressure. No, the pressure. Eugene is in Argentina with a lot of pressure. O'Neill is in Argentina with a lot of pressure with his baby, his family, his situation. He doesn't know idea where is going his life. And he say in Argentina, in front of Fred Hitman, this guy, Fred Hitman say, what do you want to do with your life? What would you like to do in the future? And O'Neill say, a poet. I want to be a poet. In Argentina, I continue to be a poet. It's fantastic dialogue. And I say, oh, a poet, okay. He started writing things in Argentina, share with friends in the bar in English, share with this guy, Fred Hitman. He was from California, and he works in Argentina, going to Argentina many frequently because he works in different states. Fred Hitman, working in the financial, something like financial. He was a healthy guy, so healthy like no, totally different the situation with how it was O'Neill. This is because he helped him a lot, and he paid 2 months for O'Neill before Friedman left. Friedman left Buenos Aires. He went to the room where O'Neill was, and he paid 2 months for O'Neill, and it was fantastic for him because he said, "Oh, I have 2 months now." He continued going to the bars. No, because 2 months, 2 months, I have to be worried for 2 months. We have more time for drink. So yeah, yeah.
So,
But yeah,
so the four main characters you have, the friends, were they real people?
yes, yes.
They're friends that are
Yeah,
in the books, from the book.
how I told you before that what I'm trying to do is I was looking for exactly the information, his friends, characteristics of his friends, pictures, or you know, it took time for me the introduction of the play, how and the information I have. No, so what I'm trying to say is I have more books in my car, and I was looking for exactly. I want to know the names. I want to know how was the bodies, was fat guy, was no. So I want to work with exactly the same picture of the story. It's very realistic. What I'm writing is realistic. It's exactly the situation. Of course, sometimes you have to change things because you are writing. But I want to be conscious of the real story.
Dan, you had a question?
Yes, I first read the Schaefer volume in 1968 and reread the Buenos Aires passage this morning. I was struck by the possibilities of foreshadowing. For example, that O'Neill had the tremor in his hand already at that point. That of course led to his being unable to write after he left here. And I was also struck by the fact that O'Neill, who was always an alcoholic, was also a violent alcoholic during that period of time, getting into and starting a lot of bar fights. I don't remember any other period of his life, even in New York, when he was said to have been involved in a lot of violence.
See, yes, and he had a story very hard in Argentina with fighting in a bar. This guy, Fred Hitman, again, he mentioned when Eugene showed up in the room 3-4 a.m. already with blow in his clothes, and he had a problem with a German guy.
It would be O'Neill in Buenos Aires.
Yes.
Was not an attractive character. Hetman liked him, and he made friends, but he was a sponger. He took advantage of Hetman.
Of course.
I was struck by the fact that he never seemingly voiced the intention of becoming a playwright at that point. As you said, he wanted to be a poet. So what is the arc of your story? How is it that you make us feel invested in O'Neill of that date?
We start the play with an off audio where we hear Eugene O'Neill is going to take the Nobel Prize 1936 in Stockholm, right? Stockholm. Of course, O'Neill loved Strindberg, big influence, and Ibsen. We have in the audio his words. his words, it's in the book, O'Neill words, when say, thank you, Strindberg, for helping me, Baba, to play, writing, that. And we have exactly the information. It's okay. Eugene O'Neill was fantastic playwright. He's one of the best. 1936, he won the Nobel Prize. In the first time in the somebody coming from the theater is getting the Nobel Prize. Never was before. So all these kind of things in 30 seconds. You have so when the light opened, you see a guy in the park sleeping, totally drunk, with 21 years
At
old.
his lowest point.
Yeah,
At his lowest point.
and how this is the art, and you are like an audience. You say, okay, this is the same. Is how he made the novel. He's very sick in the park, drunk, 21 years old. What happened? So what happened? You have to see the play, and you see what happened is all the connection. The connection when he say, the connection I feel to jump to the novel or to his story like a fantastic genius playwright is when he mentioned, I want to be a poet. Being a poet is the small light. He opened the door in Argentina when he started feeling, he say, I wanna be a poet or nothing. So he was looking, when he has an interview for a job in the Swift meat company or in a company, I don't remember the name, and say, I want to be artist, a poet, or nothing. I don't care. Continue drinking, sleeping. So he was of course, it's not the best part of the Eugene O'Neill story in his life, but it's how I plan to do. I wanna show how from this situation, how he changed in his life. This situation.
And how that contributed to his
because
success.
in all his fantastic plays, you feel the hard moment he had in his life. If he had a wonderful life, everything was perfect, we don't have Eugene O'Neill. If in Argentina was in an hotel 5-star, making breakfast every day, so we don't have Eugene O'Neill maybe. We have a guy totally healthy, I don't know. So, what I'm saying is how important for his life was the dark places. And what I want to show is what he did with the dark story in his life, what he did. No, this is the arc I want to show. This is because I start with the light. Say, Nobel Prize, 1936. Oh, fantastic, full clothes, and you are. What happened on the stage? You're the same guy. How he won the Nobel? It's impossible. No? This is going to start a story. How the writing in his life is a need. When you need. I don't feel his life was writing because he didn't have another option. I think he need write because was his life. His life his passion was writing. But what I want to explain is I don't see Eugene O'Neill doing another activity. I didn't see never. No, he was born to be genius playwright, but his life was not easy. It was very dark in his story with his daughter, with Chaplin. He had two sons killed, suicide. No, one, Eugene Jr. killed himself, and it was a very hard moment. It was nothing was easy for him, but. I don't want to show a bad guy in the story, like, this is a horrible guy. No, because he was not horrible. He was 21 years old. He said, the spirit of meet people, have fun, drink. The energy of the 21 years old is on the stage. Is what we need to see. Of course, he made mistakes, but I wanna show the small writer boat, how he started with. This is because the last picture I have from the play is he's very sick, very totally inside in the boat, in the ship, on the floor, writing, with the imagine. And he had a ship, a small ship, like a toy, he was collection, the ships like
Models,
yeah,
model ships.
models, exactly. He put it in front of him, the ship, and he's riding, looking the ship, right? Totally sick, totally tuberculosis, everything, totally. What happened? This ship is coming from the bar. One Italian guy called Giovanni. He was a very old guy. He had a ship. He gave to O'Neill the present, like a present. Not like I give you this. Has some story. It has an. This is all his memory, O'Neill memories in his ship. A small ship. It's a symbol for exactly his experience and his love for the sea. His love for the sea is because we call the play Soul of the Sea.
Thank you.
No, please, you're welcome. Thank you so much for your question. And I continue studying. I don't have cleared many things yet. I am in the middle of the process. I can have more. Thank you for your question. I can have more information. I have to continue investigation the books. I'm taking time to translate in Spanish, but I have a lot now, so I'm happy what I have right now to continue writing. I have cleared my story, my characters, and I have to continue.
I love to hear the process that playwrights go through. We had one playwright that did it by Post-its. So I went into the trunk room and she had all the walls covered with Post-its.
Yes.
And she would move them around and add to and subtract, and it was fascinating to me. So it's fascinating to hear about how
All the posters is. Yesterday I was writing in the library. The artistic director, I don't remember his name.
Eric?
Yeah, he showed up in the library. We had a beautiful conversation. Very nice guy. And I showed him the poster. He asked me the same. He asked me for the poster. For me, it's very important to see a story. I like walk, the coffee in my hand, second, third, fourth.
He nearly had a breakdown because the coffee machine broke.
Oh yes, was dramatic moment. Very dramatic.
And I think it was on day 2.
Yeah, it was very early on.
I have to say thanks because was immediately fixed the. Thank you. Immediately, she came with a new.
I went and got the one from the barn.
Oh, right.
I fix the coffee. I'm the coffee maker.
Yes. Oh, I don't have coffee. Oh my God, how I write?
Any other questions?
I just wanted to tell you that when you come back, you mentioned looking for photographs for some of the real characters, the people in his life. We have a lot of photographs, and we have some that are not cataloged, that are labeled, that we received from a college in Connecticut, and that might be helpful to you in addition to some of the other things.
Oh,
that you
thank
have.
you. It's really great. Yes, of course.
So for the ones that are labeled, we'll make an appointment and you can come up and that might be helpful
Oh, yes.
for the images that you need for your characters.
Yes. Thank you. Yes. I went to to visit O'Neill House in New London in Connecticut a few years ago. Yeah, I was there. I remember now.
You have a deep connection to O'Neill, don't you?
Oh, and I love O'Neill. Yeah.